nerve-wracking for you and your team to stay on top of all these things.
Well, it's super nerve-wracking because every day there are new viruses and new malicious malware released. And so there's so many every day, and most of them are 24-hour viruses, meaning they're released, they're good for 24 hours, and then they're pulled from the market, and then new ones are released.
Oh, great. So just when you think it's safe, and we got this one,
exactly.
Well, now it's not here anymore anyway.
Right, and so that's what makes Webroot so great between the competitors and us, is they still do traditional signatures. So if you're only around for 24 hours, by the time they've fixed it, you're not even relevant anymore.
Yeah.
So with us being behavior, if you look like a virus and you act like a virus, then you're probably a virus.
Ooh, I like
and
that.
we're just going to protect you across the board, and we're just not going to let anything go through. So with IoT getting to be bigger and bigger and bigger, those 24-hour viruses and being behavior-based makes such a difference in making sure that you're secure.
Excellent. And I love that mentality from Webroot. It's like, it doesn't matter. We've got it.
Yes.
We're there. We're going to protect you. What do these hackers have up their sleeves? Because you guys, your team almost has to be the hackers in order to think in terms of, all right, what's coming around the corner and into tomorrow that we've got to be prepared for.
Right, and I think it's really hard to predict what's going to happen because they change things so much, right? So there's, right now, one of the biggest things they do is phishing and then malicious activities. So it'll look like you're downloading a PDF, but then the PDF will have a malicious file on it, and the moment you say execute, that's when it actually starts behaving like a virus, and then that will lead into ransomware. And so what we do is we do a rollback technology. So if something happens and one of those, you've plugged in a thumb drive and you end up with ransomware, we just roll you back to the last good copy of your computer, and then you're perfectly fine. Whereas if you didn't have us installed, or you didn't have some sort of security that had rollback features installed, then you're going to be paying anywhere between $500 to $5,000 to get your computers back, or you just have to go buy a new computer. Which, that in itself, resetting up your computer is probably one of the most time-consuming things you can do.
Plus, you're missing all your data now. I mean, it's all these years worth of stuff, and we've done tech news stories of even police departments that have had to pay a ransom because they're locked out of their system. I mean, go figure.
Right, and actually Vegas, one of the hotels got locked out at the beginning of CES.
I hope it's not ours.
It was one of the smaller ones.
Maybe that's why my key didn't work.
They got locked out of their own system, so they couldn't check anybody in.
Oh my God.
So for it was, I want to say, between 2 and 5 hours before they were able to actually get their systems functioning.
And this is always the biggest event in Las Vegas every year, so that's the worst possible time. But I mean, any time is a bad time to have those kinds of issues.
Especially when you've got so much of your tax season is coming up, so you have your taxes on it, you have all your W-2s, all your savings accounts, all your 401ks, everything like that on there. So without security, you're really risking a lot.
And it goes kind of without saying, but it's the kind of thing we like to remind our audience all the time about the importance of backups, but also the importance of keeping your software up to date, your security software.
Right.
So, and that's just something that you guys excel at.
Well, because we're real time and we're 100% cloud-based, we're always up to date. So you never have those really heavy uploads you have to do. You never have to be delayed in using your computer. And so that makes a big difference. Whereas the traditional ones, you actually have to push, yes, I want that. And then you have to wait like 20 to 30 minutes. But even if it's not just your security software, you should make sure your computer's up to date, because a lot of times, even with Macs, they're releasing patches where they've found security vulnerabilities.
Oh, yeah.
So you should always keep everything up to date.
We remember the years where Apple said, you don't need any of that with our stuff. Well, times have changed.
Times have changed. Despite what the Genius Bar says, times have changed.
The air quote, we always do air quote, Genius Bar.
Genius Bar, times have changed. And if you're using your mobility to do any type of banking, that is you need security more than anything else. And I don't know a single person who doesn't use mobility or their computer for some type of banking.
Yeah, and I'm about to go unplug that booth that's playing that loud music, but at least we can still hear you, and that's important. We are at a trade show after all, but what's the most common ways that devices these days are getting hacked, so that at least we're a little more on the alert perhaps?
Sure. So phishing is actually the most common way of getting hacked, where they will replicate a site almost identically, and then they'll just
our bank or something.
It's your bank or your Amazon or your favorite movie site, Netflix, and they'll get all your data, and then they will take it and try to apply it to other places. And so once they have all your pertinent data, every site is at risk.
Yeah, that's true. So we really are leaving ourselves so vulnerable, more so these days than ever before.
More so than ever before. And every day there's new risks released. And that's why one of the best parts about our product is we actually have a little icon that pops up and tells you if a site is secure or not. So if it is a phishing site, you're going to get a big red button right next to it that says, don't do this, do not go in there. So you're aware of it. And then if you decide to go in there, you're risking yourself. You're choosing to just live a risky lifestyle.
It's a good thing that Into Tomorrow is safe.
That's right.
And make sure sure we're in your databases. Of course we're safe. You know, and you also see Webroot banners there, so you know we're safe.
We do know you're safe.
Exactly. Webroot.com/radio for more information about what Storm and her team are regularly up to. And guess what? They're regularly up to protecting us. You absolutely owe it to yourself to check it out. I love the whole cloud-based system. I mean, kudos for you guys being able to make it work like that and be instantly able to take care of things, as opposed to, oh, wait, there's a software update next week I might get. No, too late.
Nope, it's too late. And that's one of the best parts about our team is they're always up to date.
Loving it. Webroot.com/radio. Storm, thanks so much for joining us here at CES and helping us launch our 22nd year. And we look forward to continuing our relationship with you guys. Say hi to our buddy Dave Dufour back home. And we keep hearing him on the show every week with great cybersecurity tips. We appreciate the fact that you guys are providing that because it's helping all of us to stay alert.
Well, we're glad to do it, and thanks so much for having us.
It's our pleasure. Intotomorrow.com, where we link to Storm's site and all of our guests here at CES. And by the way, you want to be sure to visit not only for the highlight video for CES 2017, but videos of all the radio interviews so you can see the guests. And in many cases, when they bring product to the broadcast booth here in the South Hall, you're seeing the products we're talking about that they're introducing here at CES 2017. I'm Dave Graveline. We continue from Lost Wages, Nevada, here on the Advanced Media Network. Don't go away.